Rangers hosting the A's, and the A's are plus 194 on the money line. The Rangers are minus 235. The over-under is 8.5 runs. The A's getting a run and a half on the run line are minus 110, meaning if you bet them that way and they win this game outright, you'd win. They lose by 1 run, you'd win. And the Rangers laying a run and a half on the run line are also minus 110, meaning if you bet them that way, they must win this game by a minimum of 2 runs. Now, these are the overnight odds. They're going to change the closer we get to first pitch tomorrow. If they decide to change a pitcher, it'll change the odds, and more likely than not, it would change my pick. So when I make my picks, it's based off of the pitchers you see listed above me. Thank you for everyone who has joined the Discord. If you have not yet, go to my website, rawsportstalk.com. You'll see merch like this, and you'll also see my memberships tab. When you click on the memberships tab, you'll see the one that has my best bets, and that will be the one that my Discord is in. And I'll have my best bets there. Whether I win, lose, or draw, I will put them there for everyone to see. Blackburn pitched twice against the Rangers last year. 6 innings, 3 hits, 5 runs, 5 earned, no home runs, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts. They lost that game 5-2. He threw 101 pitches in that game, and that was in Texas. And then 4 1/3, 10 hits, 10 runs, 10 earned runs, 2 home runs, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts. He threw 85 pitches, and they lost that game 11-8. They are 3-2 as a team in his last 5 starts. He's averaging 5 2/3 innings pitched and 5.4 strikeouts per game in those games. In his last 5, he hasn't been doing awful. He's got an ERA of 1.8, and the under has hit in his last 2. The under is 3-2 in his last 5 starts. He just doesn't seem to pitch very well against the Rangers. They've lost his last 2 appearances. They're 1-2, losing 11-8, 5-2, and then they won 10-5. He averages 4 1/3 innings pitched, 6.3 hits, 6.3 earned runs, 4 strikeouts, 2.3 walks, 0.7 home runs, and 83.7 pitches. That's his last 3 starts against the Rangers. Montgomery pitched once against the A's this year. 6 innings, 2 runs, 2 earned. They lost that game 2-0, and he struck out 5 batters in that game. They are 2-3 as a team in his last 5 starts. He's averaging 4 2/3 innings pitched and 6 strikeouts per game in those games. Now, I'm not going to say that I'm the biggest Montgomery believer. He was a Yankee for a long time, so I got to see him pitch quite a bit. Now, the road team is 6-4 in their last 10 meetings. The Rangers are 7-3 against the A's in their last 10. The favorite is 7-3 on the money line, and the favorite winning these games by multiple runs, laying a run and a half, is 7-3. There's only been one one-run game in their last 10 meetings, and it was a game that the underdog won, so it was a game that the A's won, and it was the last game of their last 10. The over-under is 5-5 at 8.5 runs. Now, for those who are concerned about the wind will be blowing in at 10.3 miles per hour, and I'm not entirely certain if this stadium is domed in Texas. If it is, then the wind doesn't matter. If it doesn't, then the wind is blowing in. I'll have to do some research about that. The last game they played, the A's won 2-0, and then the 4 previous games, the Rangers won 6-1, 5-3, 11-3, and 5-0. The A's have a funny feeling, a funny way of doing that. When a team has just been dominating them, all of a sudden they throw in like here's a victory for you. They're 2-2 in their last 4. The A's, they're 5-5 in their last 10, and the under is 5-4-1. Beating the Angels 10-6, then losing 6-5 and 7-1 to the Blue Jays, and then beating them 5-2. Like I said, there's that one oddball game that they win. For the Rangers, they have been struggling. They are 3-7 in their last 10, 1-3 in their last 4, and the over is 7-3 in their last 10. The over has hit in their last 5 games. Beating the Twins 6-5 and then getting their asses kicked in pretty much every game against the Astros. 13-6, 14-1, and 12-3. Now, good thing they get the A's. I'm going to take the Rangers with the money line. I'm going to take the Rangers laying the runs, and I'm going to go over and say that they take out their frustration on the A's. These are just my picks. If you disagree, please go with your gut, and please bet responsibly.